All right, welcome back to another Japan Book Hunter. And this, my fine friends, is some of my personal collection. All right, I'll take you on a little shelf tour of my personal collection. At the end, I'm going to cherry pick some books out, so stay tuned for the top down because that's the stuff that's gonna go up for our Patreon friends and in our next live drop. A lot of these books I've been collecting over the years and just slowly stacking them, but as you can see in here, I have stacks here, I have drawers of books, I have another drawer packed full of books that I need to dig through to make more room so that I can, you know, level up my personal collection. We got all kinds of stuff up here. We have Toshio Saeki books, some Go Nagai books, of course, Uematsu Mitsuyoshi, I love this series. Kikuchi Hironori, Hanawa Kazuichi, I mean a little bit of Maruo Suehiro, a little bit of everyone here. And then some of my grails are like Keiichi Koike Spinoza. I don't know what those go for, four hundo, 5 hundo these days. I have a big Umes collection here. Of course, Kaze Shinobu, the strongest man on the face of the planet. Amazing. I have every Kaze Shinobu tankobon ever released, as well as every Kakizaki Kazumi. Ryuko, an amazing one. He always has kick-ass babes in his manga. Very heavy metal-esque. More Umes, signed Umes. I'm not gonna sell that. No. And down here I have a lot of my art books, at least the ones I can fit in here. I only have this one oversized section, so all the other ones are stuffed into drawers or at my home. But some really cool ones I have, of course, Dawn by Amano Yoshitaka. And I have some Ishii Takashi, Dominatrix Heaven featuring Hajime Sorayama, Rockin' Jelly Bean, Katsuya Terada, and one of my grails in my collection, of course, is Red Box by Toshio Saeki, 1972. First edition, only edition. Love that book. Sorayama's Gainoids, Shohei Otomo, who is, of course, Otomo Katsuhiro's son. Amazing. Lots of paper gold in here, my friends, but I want to also make room for more paper gold. So the whole project we have going here is trying to make room so I can buy more books for myself and I can offer more books to you guys. A couple things I'm not going to sell. I am not going to sell my sealed, never opened copy of Kaba 2, and I'm not going to sell my Kaba 1 with a perfect plastic cover. But who knows? Maybe I'll find one for you guys soon. And of course, the Domu Deluxe Edition, that's from the Domu 5000 Club. If you're not in the 5000 Club, I don't know if you're even a real manga collector. And over here, I have more manga magazines. I have more Otomo tankobons. I have the whole Blade of the Immortal series. Johnny Ryan Prison Pit toy. Blech. I do know that I have some stuff in the back, like I have some Kojima Goseki Samurai stuff, Uwasuka. Stuff is kind of hard to see back here, but I'm gonna be yanking this stuff out and trying to get some stuff out to you guys. So again, need to make room, my friends. Garo Wooden Modern Kingdom, the 20th anniversary of Garo magazine. I don't know, it's like 1,400 pages. I read this brick, can you believe that? Read the whole damn thing. Well, I skipped some of the articles in the back. Some shonen magazines, I don't know what these are, if they're first appearances or if they just had like manga and I liked at the time, but who knows, maybe those will go up too. The Garo, I believe this is 97, Saeki Toshio Eroguro special collection, special issue. That one's always fun. I'm always looking for those, so who knows, maybe by the time this video goes out, I will have found one. So this corner back here is mostly Gekiga stuff that I collect, Kojima Goseki, Kobori Yo, who else do we have in here? Hirano Jin, And of course, Koike Kazuo, who wrote for many people. The big thing here is that I don't know what I want to keep. I mean, I would like to keep it all. I think it's going to take me a couple days to just dig through this stuff and just start tossing stuff to the side and deciding really, in my heart, what is it I want to keep? I'm all stuffed in the corner over here, but there's a couple gems over here. This is Mieko Kawasaki's Illustrated World, the only art book that she ever put out with all of the female protagonists from her manga from the 70s and the 80s. Amazing. Can't see it, but I have the full run of Popcorn. You know, I already read it. It's super rare, but Vampire Hunter D is probably gonna go up for sale. That's all 8 volumes of it. I got some Crying Freeman down here. I have some Shonen magazine with Spider-Man on the cover. I have some paper gold, my friends. Now let's move over to this side. All right, so this is another corner of my personal collection, which is just packed full of random stuff. There's some collections, so like a lot of my Otomo Akira books are over here. Akira, the Art of Wall, and all my Fukushima Masami stuff. Of course, he did all that flesh bomb, ripped dudes, kicking ass. It's really fun in the 70s. He invented that with Miyaya, which is pretty amazing. But I also have stuff like Erotopia magazine, which I don't know even why I kept those, but I got a few of those. Those are Erotopia Deluxes. This row here is all stuff I'm currently reading. I'm in the middle of reading all these books, so I think those are gonna stay with me at least until they get read. Got some manga reference books, horror stuff, Sandland, Confuse. Confuse reminds me a lot of maybe Charles Burns? Charles, I know you don't watch the videos, but I hope you got the book I sent you last time. What else do we have here? First appearance of Sandland. Yeah, man. Toriyama forever. This one's not going anywhere. This is Hard Boiled by Jeff Darrow. Uncle Jeff signed this bad boy for me. I think Uncle Jeff's gonna be out here next year, my friends. Should be fun. But I do have a lot of other stuff mixed in here that I just kind of don't know what I'm doing with it. Some Kago Shintaro stuff, Berserk Memorial 2001 after he passed away. Young Animal magazine with a poster and a furoku or supplemental. I've used Scary Manga. This is super hard to find, as most of you know. This is a reference guide to horror manga of Japan. A lot of Hibari stuff in here. What else do we have here? Vampirella. Lots of Ero manga magazines, so I'm gonna cherry pick through here, choose some, put the rest up on the website. If you ever wanna look for some of those Ero manga magazines, just search Ero manga magazine. There's a few things here I will never part with, like the very first issue of Monthly Halloween. This is an amazing issue, and they got Ume's Kazuo for the inaugural issue. The last one of these sold for $400, and this one is staying in my personal collection forever. Shonen Gaho is big pictorial or complete. This is a collection of stuff from the Showa era. This is a great reference book. Actually, I had this up for sale, but then I noticed the furoku in the back is kind of stuck in there, which it should be able to pop out. So I'm gonna replace this for you guys, put it up on the website. Not many people know this, but this is Shonen Sunday 1974, number 28, featuring Umez and the Exorcist. That one, you're gonna have to go on Patreon, become a premium member, and request me to find it for you, because it is damn hard to find. Oh, here's one that'll probably go up. Appleseed 1 and 2, Omnibus Oversized Edition, much better than the smaller tankobon. This is rad, and you have some great color splash pages in here. I'm in the middle of reading Alita Battle Angel, or Gunmu. I just wanted to reread it, so I got the huge oversized deluxe editions. As soon as these get read, which is going to be soon, these are going to go up on the website. Finally, for like manga, art books, manga magazines, I have this little corner over here. Stuff like Karate Hell, R-Man, the man whose R shall never be said on this YouTube channel. Sexy Kaiju. Sexy Kaiju's an amazing one. Pretty hard to find. Weird Comics. It's unbelievable. It's real underground. Fun stuff. And but I'm going to definitely go through here and thin this out. Stuff like The Fun, Mr. Cleese, So of course the policeman gets hit by a car in like a, you know, chasing a criminal and has his brain transferred into a sexy lady's body. All are thereafter confused. Tons of mangataro. So I have every mangataro tankobon ever made, every art book ever put out, every children's picture book put out, but I've read all of them, some of them multiple times. So I think I'm gonna yank out the whole mangataro collection. Stuff like Le Petit Prince, and that's going to go out. Jigoku Koshien, or the Hell Baseball, and the follow-up that was released. Thank you, Mangataro Sensei. That will definitely go up. Some other stuff that I've been hunting down lately that I might keep or I might sell and just find another one for myself later. Maraya, of course, by Yasuhiko, Gundam fame, amazing series, all full color, omnibus edition. One that everyone out there wants. You want it, I want it, I've read it, do I need it? I'll think about it. The full 3-volume X-Files manga. Amazing, amazing stuff. And I got more stuff down here. I have all the Atsushi Kaneko ever released, including stuff like a weird horror movie that he just did the cover for. The movie's shite. I have tons and tons of Hino down here, and I have read almost every Hino tankobon put out at this point, almost. So I'm gonna go through and cherry pick some of these out and put them out for you guys. All right, so that's a short tour of this room of my personal collection, but I still have a little bit more right over there. So this is a shelf from when I first started collecting again after at one point I'd gotten rid of all of my books. It's mostly horror manga, shoujo horror, and it's a lot of the stuff that I got really into and really got me inspired to start collecting again. So let's take a look at this. Most of this stuff I'm going to keep just because it's got very fond memories, but I know there's a couple things that I doubled up in the other room. So if there's any doubles, I'll yank them out and we'll throw them out there for you guys. Stuff like Kuroda Minoru. I actually recently bought this full set. I believe it's 5 volumes, so this is definitely a double. So I'm gonna pull that out. Very supernatural Roman horror. And I'm a huge Ishii Takeshi fan, so this is all of my Ishii Takeshi stuff, including a signed postcard back here, which is pretty rad. And horror manga like Kandamori, Yasuda Taku, of course Koga Shinichi, who did Eko Eko Azarak. So again, fond memories. I'm gonna keep most of this stuff. I don't know, I might cherry pick a couple things out of here later, but it's gonna take some time for me to decide. I started recollecting Tanima Yumeji really hard, so we'll yank these out and see which ones I have doubles of. Any doubles are going to go. Extracurricular ghosts. A lot of these Hibari hit comics, horror comics, occult comics, series, stuff like that I'm going to keep, but I thought I would show you a little bit of the stuff that I have over here. And again, oh, here's another one that I'm probably going to let go because I think I have this Inuki Kaneko over there too. And I'm going to clean this all up a little bit. All right, here's some manga, art books, and other little things that I pulled out of my personal collection just for you guys. And remember, if you're a Patreon member or you're a member of the YouTube Members Only Club, you'll get this video a couple days early. So in the comments below or on Patreon, you can message me, claim A if you want the Hyper Stoic signed art book by Pusshead, and I will be sure that you get it. Whoever claims first gets it, my friends. That's the way the system works. And this video will go up on YouTube a couple days later, and everything will be available to everyone over there. And we will also have anything that hasn't been claimed in Patreon or the YouTube Members Only Club up on JapanBookHunter.com. So let's get into it, my fine friends. First of all, yep, some Pusshead. I found another one of these. So I'd found a few of these, sold them, and I slid this one into my personal collection. Last one I sold for $150, but you know, it's out of my personal collection. I'm not gonna open it. $140, signed by Pusshead. He actually signed it, I remember, in one of those rainbow colored pencils. Kind of like, looks like this, like a greenish with some red and stuff in there, but this is brand new, comes with a sticker pack. And if you're a Pusshead fan, you know how expensive Pusshead art books get later on down the road. So I'd hop on it. I've never found one of these Appleseed This is volumes 1 and 2 of the 4-volume series, Tonkobon series, packed into one large edition. I think they were going to do 3 and 4 in a later print, but they just never got around to it, or maybe the project got canceled. But it's the Appleseed Prometheus. This one has the Obi wrap, which is very rare to find. This is the Obi wrap. And of course, you get some killer oversized pages, some color splash pages. And that, my fine friends, is B for 50, straight out of my personal collection. You wouldn't believe it. Digging through my stock drawers, I had 2 slashers by Goblin Moriguchi. These are getting really hard to find. The last time I saw one was actually at a special event, book event in summer earlier this year for 33,000 yen. I passed on it. No, actually it was weird. It was like you had to get a ticket, and then you go through a line, you get to choose one book, and then you go back through the line, choose a book. Anyways, I did not get it then, but I found it in a stock drawer. So Slasher by Goblin Moriguchi. Of course, I can't really show the insides too much here because it is savage, my friends. And I've been asked about this series a ton of times. Super Psychic Do Manga. This is a very hard set to find. 6 volumes of Hita Uma gold. And yeah, it's expensive, my friends. It took me a long time to find these. And these go for, when I sell these in singles, they sell for $50, $55, $60 each. There's King Terry, there's Ebisu, Yoshikazu. So the cover will have Ebisu, but the inside will have a bunch of people in it, you know. But this one's got Ebisu, mostly. I guess it depends on the volume. This one's mostly Ebisu. Let's see another one. Battle Royale, King Terry. So that's Nemoto Takashi for sure, 1000%. Suzy, there's just so much Hita Uma gold in here. I kind of want to keep this. Actually, you know what? No one buy this set. Just leave it for me. But if you do want to buy it, I think I will find it again at some point in my life. Nemoto Takashi, Carol, all 6 volumes, D for 300. Impossible to find it as a set anywhere in Japanland. You got to build these sets, and it takes time, my friends. And E for 30 bucks out of my personal collection, and it's so cute. Of course, Tanaka Masashi, who did Gon, that rascally dino from Tekken 3. And this is a flip book of a flying squirrel and an owl that wants to eat them. Super hard to find these para manga or manga flip books, but I found a couple of them. I'd sold the one with Gon, no, it wasn't Gon, it was the bear from Gon eating mushrooms and tripping out. But I sold that one. I kept this one for myself, but E for 30, my friends. Are there any Matsumoto Taiyo fans out there? Of course, you know, Tekkon King Kirito, number 5, etc. Because this is Go-Go Monster. Amazing production. Check out that dipped foredge. And of course, hardcover slipcover. We don't get a lot of hardcover manga here in Japan. 450 pages of paper gold, my friends. F for 40. Then Oko Shikotaro. Of course, if you're into Maruo Suehiro or Hanawa Kazuichi, Eroguro stuff, then you would dig this stuff the most. There's some amazing art in these. I can't really even show the covers, but I can show a couple of the splash pages, I guess. Wild Eroguro stuff. Look at that. Wild, wild stuff. G for $30, and you get both books. I've read these already. They're just sitting in the drawer with Go-Go Monster over there, not doing much. This is the Amano Yoshitaka art book from his 2022-23 exhibition that was held in Shinjuku. This I bought for myself, and this one, Collected Paintings of Amano's World. I do have it up on the website if you want to see the insides, but this one is brand new and sealed with the exhibition postcard in there. I can see it right there. This, again, I bought for myself, was sitting at the bottom of a drawer, never to be opened, and H for $70. I, $95. The Maschinen Krieger in action. I mean, if you're into, of course, the toys were the big deal, you know, but this book is amazing if you're into sci-fi mech stuff. Great design. And yeah, I do have pictures of this up on the website as well, so we're not going to flip through the whole thing. Ma-ke-bi-di for 95 bucks. And recently I picked up an amazing Yosuke Kawamura Times. Oh, it flips like this. Yosuke Kawamura Times, King Terry. This is great. It's got tons of Gato covers in it. It's got some penguin rice in it. It's got some fold-out pages in the middle. And then if you flip it over, you get the Kawamura stuff, which is really fun as well. Heita Uma Gold, my friends. J for 120. Finally, I tried to lower the price a little bit more, you know. I think before I had it at $410 or $420, but Kaba 2 by Otomo Katsuhiro. Artwork, 1990 to 2011. With the box. Box is pretty clean, very clean. The book inside, just believe me, my friends, it is super clean on the inside. So if you want to join the Kaba 2 Club, $390, my friends, and that is K. Let's keep it moving, my friends. So L. Mitsuyoshi, of course, by Ueyama. So this is 1 and 2 of the 3-volume set. If it was a 3-volume set, the last 3-volume set sold for $120 because that damn volume 3, I cannot find it for under 50 bucks anywhere. It's just the cost of it. But 1 and 2 are a bit more reasonable. I've seen 3 go as high as $180 just for that 1 volume. I don't know why. Maybe like the series lost steam and they didn't print that many of them. But if you want to get into some Mitsuyoshi, of course, great character design, badass character, then 1 and 2 are a great pickup. Or you can always get 1 and 2 and hit me up and be like, Shawn, you got to find 3 for me. Got to find 3 for me, which I would do for you, my friends. L for $75 for volumes 1 and 2. If you want to get into a Toriyama first appearance that's not Dragon Ball, that's not like super expensive. I mean, Sandland's more expensive, the first appearance, but if you want a Jocko first appearance, Shin Rensai, M for $60, and you can have a piece of Toriyama history, my friends. This came out probably 5-6 years ago, out of print, super hard to find. Daisuke Tajima Beyond the Lines, and you know, you can get some posters of his off of his website, but very, very hard to find this book. And he put out a newer book after this, which is equally hard to find. It's insane. Like, Tajima, just print more books, man. And for $100, I'd actually sell this for $120 usually, but look, right here, it got a little bit of a scrape on it. That's why it's in my personal collection, because when I find a book like this, it goes to me, not to you, because I like to sell everything crispy clean. This is bilingual English and Japanese, and dang, the dude can draw. I've seen his process before. High Snobiety magazine did a crazy, like, detailed interview with him that includes his process, which is huge in scale, incorporates drafting tools, string, fishing line, rulers, all kinds of stuff. And this is crazy. It's just a crazy piece of art, but look at that. Dang. Daisuke Tajima, Beyond the Lines, $100. And moving on, a rare Go Nagai sexy one. This is Go-Go Girls, a collection of sexy manga by Go Nagai. I don't even want to open it up. I'm scared. I'll just do it like this. See, second page, girl gets her skirt flipped already. Look at all this perverted action going on. So much skebe. Oh, she got in the pool. Something bad's gonna happen. But this is a really hard one to find. Go Nagai, Go Go Girls, 1968 to 1973. Oh, for $80. Anyone wants some Batman Ninja? Ninja Batman. Sorry, I said that wrong. Ninja Batman with the Obi wraps. Obi wraps included. You know, when I find a nice Obi wrap set, I usually keep it for myself first, try to find another, but these were just sitting on a shelf. I've already read them. So, and of course the anime was sick. The cartoon was sick. You guys got it in the West. P for $30. All right, my fine friends, we're getting close. Q. $130. Why $130? That is insane because this is Kitara Tetsuya's Rap City. If you go online, you can find t-shirts that he's done in the past. They're expensive, but you cannot find this. Limited press, kind of Heta Uma, crazy art, Rap City. This has been like actually one of my most treasured books in my collection for a long, long time. Character design is sick. What's that Godzilla dude doing? And it is just a fun book and hella rare. If you go, whatever, however you try to find your books, go online, try to find one. Prove me wrong, my friends, but Rap City, and there we have one section of English, otherwise the rest of it is in Japanese. A little English is better than no English, my friends. Rap City Q, $130. And I found them again. Those sneaky frogs, man. There, so this one right here, this sneaky frog is so damn hard to find. But what I did was I was out at a book fair. I found a ragged set. I put the ragged set in my personal collection, and I'm giving you my crispy clean set, my friends. So R for $75. TMNT, move aside. These are frogmen. And of course, it's by Yujin, so you know there's going to be some sexy time. Not sexy time. It's not frogs. It's not. That's not what it's about. But there's going to be some, well, there's a little bit of sexiness, but there's going to be some exploding heads. That's for sure. And, you know, sneaky turtles coming out the sewer. Sound familiar? Frogmen are sick. Just love this series. 1 through 3, complete set, $75 at R. And I'm not showing all of these, but I have the full run of Devilman Lady, 1 through 17. You wouldn't believe it, but I read these maybe 10 years ago or so. All 17 of them. Sitting in the back of a shelf. They should go to a good home. S for $100. If you like Devilman, you will love Devilman Lady. Then I was at an art exhibition earlier this summer for Usamaru Furuya. Of course, Lychee Hikari Club or Lychee Light Club, however you want to say it in English, I don't know. And they made, so it was for the release of his new manga. I got some of his manga signed. I got some postcards, stuff like that. And then I buy directly from this gallery. And then this was supposed to be in the art exhibition, but it was late from the printer. It's got this like stitch binding, strings, but it was late. The pressing was not in time for the gallery exhibition. So the gallery had some signed by the master of Eroguro. And of course, every goth girl's dream is a boy like this. I went to the exhibition and straight up, it was a girl with like, it was like all goth and Lolita girls, one dude with his girlfriend and me. And I have never gone shopping faster in my life. I was like, I gotta get the hell, I'm way too old for this. But the girls were having fun, you know, they had some like little picture corners and stuff. Yeah, they were having a blast. And not in Japanese, but in French. Here's another manga from my personal collection that every time I put it up on the website, it sells instantly. This is Takatsuka Q's Destroy Lovers. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I think they're in high school or maybe university, and it's like eroguro, but it's also like a little bit of gekiga vibes, horror vibes, a little bit of everything. There's torture, there's blood, and there's a rad, weird style to it. I believe this is the only Takatsuka manga ever to be released. I've looked a bunch of times for other things, but I think this is it, my friends. But it is a wild one. That is you for $45. Some signed Yamamoto Takato. I got Nosferatu as well, but that went into my personal collection, and this one I'm going to let go because, I mean, I can't hoard all the signed books. Of course, signed by Yamamoto Sensei. And I got this one because, you know, a lot of his books are actually in small format, like almost like this tonkobon size. But this is larger format, so you get the pencil drawings and then the opposing page color, which is always rad. Helps you see the process more. And as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm actually going to a Yamamoto Takato exhibition. Isn't that crazy? V, $75 and signed, my friends. Shall I? Shall I not? I know it's expensive. You can probably pick this up for, I'd say you can find this for $130, maybe $150. This is the record of G-1, of course, Godzilla -1, but I got this when the movie came out. This is brand new, sealed, never been opened. If you're a hardcore Godzilla collector and you really want something that's, you know, you're gonna display and probably never open, I hope, or you open it and just like really appreciate it for what it is. Either way is cool, but this is new, never opened, been sitting in the bottom of one of my stock drawers forever. W for 175, my friends. All right, we're down to the final stretch here. I got about 6 more books for you. This is Yoshifumi Hayashi's Lejeune Marie. Slipcover, very erotic. I mean, basically, go to the website and just put in Lejeune or Lejeune Marie if you want to see the insights, because I can't even open this book. It is wild. But it's, I mean, think of H.R. Giger times Harukawa Namio, I don't know, with some more like, it's just abstract, like MC Escher-esque. No, that's not right. Dali-esque, maybe Dali. That's what I want to say. Dali-esque art, but this is a great one. X $80. Go to japanbookhunter.com and you can see the insides of this one, my friends. And this, Meeting the Masters, Horiyoshi III. I got this at the Tattoo Museum in Yokohama when I went down there a couple years back, and put this one in my collection, sold the other books from the exhibition, from the gallery. And it depends. If you go down there, you have to make an appointment to get in there. It's run by his daughter. If you're a tattoo artist, you know. And his son, of course, is 4th generation, working out of Kanagawa too. You get Horiyoshi photos, and then you get photos of people that admired him with their comments. This is all in English, and the who's who of the tattoo community. If you're a tattoo artist or if you're a fan of tattooing, you probably know most of these names. So there you go. Not bad. Go online, try to find one. Tough to find. And God, I don't know why I'm doing this, but Z for 75. So my brother, I always say it, he's the big Eva fan, not me, but this is still an amazing book. I already got my brother a copy of this, but this is the last copy in the shop of the 2013 exhibition catalog, which was reprinted a few times, of the doga, or the original art for the anime of Eva. Just so many, I mean, the pages are kind of thin, but there's like 220 pages in here. It's crazy. But, you know, I had this up on the website, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it down and let you guys get first dibs at it before it sells, because I've scoured Tokyo for these, and I do not think there are a lot of them left, to be honest. But they do pop up online now and then, so if you can't buy it today, it's okay. I'll get another one in the future. Books always disappear and reappear, my friends. Z or Z for $75, and I got 3 more books. Let's take a look at them. Hang tight. Okay, so I was at a friend's bookstore recently, and I found this on the shelf, which is an amazing find. This is Mizuki Shigeru Yokai Ga Shu, or Collection of Illustrations of Yokai by Mizuki Shigeru. But this is the first edition from 1970. Slip cover is in great condition. Usually these slip covers are trash, just absolute trash. But this one is very nice for the age, and hardcover. no spine splits, great paper feel, and great paper quality. If you're a fan of yokai, this is like one of the Mizuki Shigeru Bibles. It really is one of his best guides to yokai because small explanations, big pictures, my friends, just the way we like them. And that is A1, Mizuki Shigeru's, yokai art collection, slipcover, $125. This is Spinoza by Keiichi Koike. If that name sounds familiar, then you probably remember that Last Gasp published Heaven's Door, ultra psychedelic, Heaven's Door Extra Works, ultra psychedelic manga in English. So good. It's so trippy. I've collected everything by Koike. And Koike, I always say it, but he did all of the drugs on Earth. If you're high right now, it's only because he didn't take your drugs. Amazing stuff. But this is a rare set. This is Spinoza 1 and 2, both with the obi, right? Obi, obi. And Spinoza only has one word in the whole manga, which is Spinoza. It's a pictorial manga, a collection of illustrations, very psychedelic, very trippy, very, very rare. Spinoza. And Spinoza is not cheap, it's not easy to find, and is almost impossible to find with the obi wraps. A2 for $400. And finally, my friends, I picked up a copy of The Gynoids by Hajime Sorayama. This is A3 for $140. This one's in excellent condition. Very nice, very nice. A little bit of dust cover action going on there, but other than that, extremely good condition for being oversized as it is. That's A3 for $140. Thank you for being here, my friends. I appreciate you all. And whoa, matane. I'm all stuffed in the corner over here.